We know the famous Gemara that says on Rosh Hashanah that we have a minhag to take a head of a fish and say Yehi Ratzon on it, and also take an apple, dip it in honey to get a good sign for the coming year on Rosh Hashanah. But that contradicts. There's two problems with that. First of all, there's an Isser Deraisa against the Torah to be superstitious. If a guy sees a black cat running in front of the street in front of him and he says, "Oh no, I'm gonna have a bad day," Isser Deraisa. Isn't this superstitious? And second of all, let's say it's not superstitious, but why we only do this kind of symbolic thing on Rosh Hashanah? So the answer to this by the Shem Shmuel is that there's a well-known argument in a midrash between Beis Shammai and Beit Hillel. Beis Shammai says the world was created at nighttime in thought and in the daytime in action. And Beis Hillel says that no, the world was created both in the daytime and both in thought and action. Now we know that these Elu ve'elu divrei Elokim Chaim, they're both for sure true. How can they both be true for sure? And it's well known amongst different Sfarim that Beis Shammai, they had super deep vision. They had the double power glasses as opposed to Beit Hillel. They were looking at the world on a more down to earth level, the less powerful glasses. So it comes out that Beis Shammai, when Beis Shammai was talking about the world they were creating, they were talking about one level deeper than Beis Hillel was talking about. So when Beis Shammai said the world was created at night in thought, it means the thought behind the thought. And Beis Hillel agrees with that. He wasn't even talking about that. In the daytime, what was happening was like the next level of thought, maybe in word, and finally the actual physical creation of the world in the daytime. So it really comes out then that at the nighttime of Rosh Hashanah, the world it's the recreation of the world in the thought behind the thought. Now, when you're dealing with such a fine level of creation, then you have to deal with it with very delicate tools, and that's why we use symbolic. We have a tradition that is not superstitious. It's time to use these symbolic ideas to influence the world, and that's why we take the head of the fish and the apple and dip it in the honey, and why it's not superstitious, and it is a powerful thing to be done on the night of Rosh Hashanah.